short and sweet. On Robins Air Force Base, we have a program that's called You Matter, and we push the message in regards to suicide prevention that every one of us does matter. And I just wanted to share with you all information that you already know you have. Just to remind you of that. You heard today statistics on how many deaths have occurred throughout Georgia, throughout the state. On Robins Air Force Base, we've been hit pretty hard. We had 8 in 2008, 4 in 2009, and we had 3 in 2010. And it's still too many as far as we're concerned. But what I can't share with you is how many lives were saved. How many people went to work on any given day and decided today, I'm not going to harm myself. I can't give you those numbers. I wish I could, but I can't. But I believe that because of supervisors and people who cared about individuals, people decided not to harm themselves and decided to live. And that's what I remind you of, that you have the power every day to make a difference just by sharing your story. What things you've survived, things you've gone through in your life. In our job as a mental health provider, seeing patients like Captain Radke and helping them to deal and cope with life. Because being in the military doesn't give us a waiver for dealing with life. It doesn't. Many of us are away from our homes and we get that phone call in the middle of the night that someone has passed. I've received that phone call. As a social worker myself, I didn't get away from when I got the phone call. My mother had passed away. Hard thing to deal with. But the military says we still have to report to work, leave all that stuff beside us, and press on. But people who are going through problems need some help and some hope. We can provide the hope by telling our story, and we can also show them where to get the help that they need. And many times they're tunnel vision because they feel that no one understands what they're going through. We can share that. I know just in our audience alone, we are surviving a lot of different things. A lot of different things. I know that in this audience alone, I know that maybe somebody who's survived a divorce, somebody's had a parent or a sibling pass away, hard times. But you're here to share the story and help somebody else go through that for the first time. And we can do that just by telling your story. It makes a huge difference. Because people feel that they're alone and isolated. And you can share with them, oh, I went through that. Well, I got a t-shirt to prove it. I went through that. I went through a divorce. I went through having a parent pass away. I've been there, done that. You can survive it. The #1 risk factor for suicide, particularly for men, is relationship problems. So if you know of a male who's going through a relationship problem, it's the #1 risk factor. Huge. Because typically, men, we tend to put all our support in that one significant other. Females typically put their support in their girlfriends. That's usually, not in all cases, but in most cases. So when she says, I'm done, it's over, he's devastated, because she was it. Compared to when he said, I'm done, it's over, she has her girlfriends to help her through it. So it's a difference in how we deal with things. Not in all cases, but in most cases. So again, we have the knowledge and technology and the wisdom to help others as we see them go through what they're going through. But we have to share our story. I'm going to share just 2 stories with you before I go. There was a young man who was valedictorian of his school. And as he's giving his speech, he was telling his audience, graduating class and all the parents that were there, that